Brothers and sisters in Islam, the first and foremost priority for us is to look at our own connection and relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before we look at the relationship between us and anyone else. You know, every time we fly, we go overseas, something which never ceases to amaze me is the announcement which the flight attendant does. You know what they say to you? They say, in the unlikely event of an accident, oxygen masks will fall from above you. And then they say to you, please affix or fixate the mask on yourself before attending to others. And I thought about that statement. I thought, subhanAllah, why do we have to put the mask on ourselves before attending to others? So if my child who is 4 years old or 7 years old is next to me, I have to put the mask on myself? That sounds pretty selfish, doesn't it? But then I thought about it. If you can't breathe and you only have about a minute or less, how are you supposed to help the others breathe? How will you help your children breathe? How will you help other people who are gasping for air, especially the children who are not able to place the mask on themselves? So I thought, subhanAllah, the ayah which what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe. It's amazing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing those who believe. He's not addressing those who don't believe, as though the ones who believe are the ones who can help others who don't believe. You need to breathe first though. O you who believe, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. O you who believe, save yourself. He didn't say, save your family, save your neighbor, save your friend, save the world. He didn't say that. He said, save yourself, save the animals. No. Save yourself in the first degree. Then Allah said, وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا, and then your family from hellfire. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, save yourself and your family means save yourself first, and after you've looked after yourself, then comes next in line your family, because you are responsible for your family. You're responsible for your wife, you're responsible for your children. The wife is responsible also for her duty towards her husband and then towards her children. You'll be responsible for them, because your children and your family is part of your work. But if you are not right, then your family is not going to be right. And you'll be questioned on the day of judgment about yourself, and then in the second degree about your family. And one verse in the Quran which wallahi sends also shivers down our spine is the one in Surah Abasa wa Tawalla, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finally said, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ. On the day of judgment, each person will run away from their own brother. Why brother? Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say brother first? Because it is considered that the brother is the main support. So on the day of judgment, there is no support from your brother. وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ, and from their mother and their father, because they're the providers. There's no provider for you on the day of judgment. وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ, and their friend or their spouse and their children, especially the sons, because the sons are also considered to be a support. There is no support for you. لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ شَأْنٌ يُغْنِيهِ. Each person on that day will have a matter, an affair which they have to be dealing with, and they're too busy for anyone else. Brothers and sisters in Islam, if yourself is not right, then everything else is not right. And then if your family is not right, you see, your children will be running away from you, your spouse will be running away from you, your friends, your brothers, all of them will disperse. You know why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask you about your responsibilities. Your own children, you don't want to see them on the day of judgment. Your spouse, you don't want to see her or him on the day of judgment. Because after questioning you and your actions, Allah will question you about your family. So what do? You run away from them. Subhanallah. In this world we run away to them. On the day of judgment we run away from them. So my brothers and sisters in Islam, our number one priority is ourselves, and secondly, our family.